Good morning, everyone. So I'm off to Westlake Village, California this morning, and before I head out, I got a message from a Facebook user, and this individual asked a question about how do I be a really good friend and give good feedback and still be honest with people, but also still be respectful, because this individual has given feedback lately where they've either been dismissed or their friends thought they were being negative. And he goes, I don't know if it's me or if it's them, and I don't really know how to handle it. And so, first of all, if you're getting that feedback from multiple people, it's always you, right? And it takes a lot of self-awareness to write that message that you sent me. It takes a lot of self-awareness to know that maybe the way that I'm delivering this isn't as effective as I could be. You know, we know that from a leadership and executives and companies, the biggest derailer in their career is their lack of emotional intelligence. You know, I always tell people, you may have an opinion, but just because you have an opinion doesn't mean you've earned the right to give it. And then once you do earn the right, how do you deliver it in a way that really resonates and has really good intent behind it? So I'm going to give you a couple things to think about. Number one is you got to understand what is your intent behind giving the feedback. Right? There's tons of ways to give feedback, and if you saw my previous video about how we make decisions based on love or fear, I will always say, is the feedback I'm giving coming from a place of love? Do I understand my intent? Let me give you an example. So Donald Trump is great at having an opinion, is great at being super direct and sometimes abrasive, and that works great for television, but it's not going to work great in real life and for building relationship. And as leaders and companies, it's not going to work to build commitment from your people. You'll get compliance, but you're not going to get commitment. So yeah, you can give the feedback in a very direct and a very brutal manner, but is there a better way? And I would say a better way is, I'm going to give you an example of a friend of mine. So I have a friend named Chad, one of the best salespeople that I know. And he recently was on the phone with me, and he goes, you know, I know doing these videos for you is really important, and it's important for you to, for me to serve my purpose, get my message out there, and I know that you want to continue to make them better. Would you be open to some feedback? And we had an amazing conversation. What he just did within 30 seconds was create mutual purpose around why he wants to give me that feedback. So for the Facebook user that messaged me, I would say, can you create mutual purpose so people understand your intent behind why you're going to give the feedback that you're going to give? So if you're going to talk to them about something in their relationship, to say, you know what, I know you've really been thinking about what to do in this relationship, and as your friend for so long, I definitely see some patterns, and I want to be able to have a conversation with you about it. Would you be willing to do that? Right? So can you get really clear about the intent behind the message? And then I would finally say this: it is not your responsibility to own their reaction. We are responsible for our emotions and our actions, not anyone else's. People are going to base their reaction based on all the baggage that they slung over their shoulder walking in the door, right? So from their childhood, from their past experiences, from the behaviors they've learned, and you can't own that. However, you got to make sure that you're not operating from a place of fear and doing it to hurt people, that it's coming from a place of love and compassion and because you really care about them. There's a way to deliver the message that's still both truthful and compassionate and loving. And that's what, as leaders, as parents, as friends, that we have to figure out in our lives. Hope that gives you something to think about, and I really appreciate you taking the time to message me on Facebook and just share your story with me, and to use your story now as a platform to help other people. So I appreciate it. Anyone else have any comments, feel free to send them to me. If you have a story, have a question about how to be a better communicator, I would love to hear from you. I'm going to be on a plane the rest of the day until 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, so I wish you an amazing day. If no one tells you that they believe in you, please know that I believe in you. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.